What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Kevin Gates is back with his debut album, Islah. This is the big one. You know, he's been building up to this point for the last few years. He's been putting out retail mixtapes. Luca Brasi 2, Stranger Than Fiction, By Any Means. And the one trend that I've seen out of all of them is that each one, the first week sales has kind of progressed. I remember, I think it was like 7,000 something for Stranger Than Fiction, and Luca Brasi did like 22K first week, so you can see that progression in just about a year and some change. And I'm interested to see what Islah does, because this is the debut album, and at the same time, it also doesn't feel like a debut album. Atlantic Records is, putting it out. It's going to be in stores and everything, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like there's really that much of a push to it. Like, what is Atlantic Records doing on their behalf? But getting into the actual album, a little fun fact in case you didn't know this, but I'm pretty sure if you're a Kevin Gates fan, you knew this. The album is named after his daughter. There's not really any music on here to reflect why he named it after his daughter. I don't even know if he let his daughter listen to this album, because it's more of that raw Kevin Gates sound. And I mean, obviously that's what I was expecting, but there's really no correlation between the title and the music, is basically what I'm getting at. The album is 100% Kevin Gates. There are no features. There is a song that came out titled Jam that has Trey Songz, Ty Dolla $ign, and Jamie Foxx, but that's not on the actual album. It's just kind of like a bonus track that they released around the same time. Not a bad record, but I can see why it doesn't fit into the overall album. And I like the fact that he produced on 2 phones, because that's something new for Kevin Gates. I haven't seen him have any production credits on his own music, so I thought it was cool. Like, he's kind of stepping into that role. I don't know if he plans on doing more with it, but it was interesting. And now I gotta talk about how conflicted I became with this album. I was trying to write a review for DJ Booth for this album, and it was very hard. It was tough. Once I started talking about the actual music, it got to a point to where it's like, is this the Kevin Gates album that I want? It really feels like another retail mixtape to me. Because it's like, there's just nothing to distinguish the two nowadays. And I think that's what doesn't help in Kevin Gates' favor. And another thing that works against him is the fact that he's always been so honest about his career. He's talked about his struggle and everything. So it feels like with Islah, I didn't walk away with anything new out of Kevin Gates. I didn't learn a lot about his life, or I can't even tell you what I walked away learning. He sticks to similar concepts that he's done in the past, like love, and how his heart is heavily guarded. And it's just like, the album itself is not bad. I like the material, but I feel like maybe my expectations while writing about the album became a lot greater than what they should have. I don't know. It's like I said, I'm confused, I'm conflicted. That's why it's a little bit hard to discuss it. But one of the strong points on the album was the melodies. Kevin Gates has always been good with melodies. I mean, you listen to, I'm looking at the track list, and pretty much almost any record can get stuck in your head. I think the standout one for me was Not the Only One, Really Really, Pride, Time for That, Thought I Heard, The Breadwinner's Anthem, and Hard For. I feel like the album definitely takes a little dip in quality in the second half. And one thing I was confused about was he included The Truth. The Truth was a record that he put out last summer after there was the video of him kicking the girl at his concert. And so he put that out kind of to negate what was going on, to kind of move on, I guess. I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it fits into the album here. Like, this is your debut album, and you want that kind of idea to be planted into people's heads when they listen to it. I don't know. I just don't think that should have made the final cut. And going back to one of the standout records I talked about, Thought I Heard was one of the... It was like, I think in terms of production, it's the most standout record, because it's more along the lines of like a Thinking with My Dick. Remember that record on Stranger Than Fiction? It kind of feels like that up-tempo, more club banger type of record. And that's not something that Kevin showcases on Islah. So it stands out, but in the same way, it fits into the album. It fits into like that whole Breadwinners Association idea. And I like the record a lot. But like I said, I'm very conflicted with this album. I don't know if I really love it or if I just like it, if the songs are good or if they're below standards for what Kevin Gates has given us in the past. I don't know. I don't have like a true opinion about it. And that's why this review kind of took longer than usual. Just because I was trying to dissect it and trying to form a better opinion, but I realized I can't do that. I'll always think that Stranger Than Fiction is Kevin Gates' best album. And Islah is, I don't know where it ranks, but it's strong material. It's not bad. It's not a bad album by any means. I think my expectations kind of ruined it. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. I'm confused. So, I would love to know your thoughts on Islah in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.